All right, welcome everybody. My name is Mark Burstein here today to talk about mobile optimized websites on behalf of PropertyMinder. Now, PropertyMinder has been a technology provider for the real estate community for the past 12, 13 years, providing website solutions and client relationship management solutions to real estate professionals to help real estate agents be more effective and be more efficient, help them automate some of the processes of communicating with their clients, and ultimately, at the end of the day, being more effective as real estate professionals. Now, once again, my name is Mark Burstein. I've been a real estate broker for the past 10 years here in Silicon Valley, and I'm currently an active broker, and I'm currently actively using the PropertyMinder systems. And I like to get to share what works for me and share some of the technology with my fellow peers in the real estate community, because I'm passionate about helping people improve their lives by helping them buy and sell the real estate, but I'm also passionate about helping other real estate agents build successful businesses. I'm definitely a big believer in abundance, that there's plenty of business in the market for everyone to be successful, especially those of us that really work hard and really do our best to serve our clients and do our best to be the most effective sales professionals we can be. So today we're going to talk about some technology that's kind of changing the way people are interacting with us, change the way people are interacting with the real estate industry in general. It's called the mobile revolution. We'll talk a little bit about the mobile revolution and how that's affecting us. We're going to talk about mobile optimized websites. What does that mean? And mobile IDX search and some other developments that we have going on in the mobile arena, because quite frankly, as real estate professionals, we're out in the field, and we don't necessarily have the time, or lately the desire for me personally, to wait to get back to an office to fire up a laptop computer to get done some of the things that we need to get done, to spread information about property listings, to be able to communicate effectively with my clients. Because we're out in the field, we have these great devices, these smartphones that are so much less, so powerful with speed, and they have the ability to interact and send messages and view things differently than we were able to maybe 5 or 6 years ago, before the advent of these smartphones and Apple iPhones, so forth and so on. So if we talk about a mobile revolution, the percentage of people in the United States that are using the mobile internet is growing at a pretty steady pace from 2009 to 2014. But if we think about it, Apple came out with the iPhone right around 2007, 2008, and it really started to change the way people communicate, change the way people use the personal devices in their lives and in their business. And it's been a growing trend, and I think this trend will continue to grow, because what it does is it changes perspectives, right? Maybe 15, 20 years ago, if you wanted to get information about something, before the internet, what did you do? You went to a library. There was a centralized place where you can go and get information, but it wasn't necessarily convenient. Now, with the advent of the internet, well, now you had that library was shifted from a neutral third-party site, is shifted into your living room or into your office or into your home office, because you had access to a greater amount of information right there from your computer. And now with the mobile revolution, all that great information, all that power of being able to access information is shifting again away from your home office, away from your living room, and it's going right into your pocket. With the advent of smartphones, the advent of technology like 4G LTE, to be able to send the data much faster and more effective and more efficient, it's creating a market. It's creating tools that are more popular to use because they're less expensive. I mean, if you think about it, $800 for an iPhone, but if you think about the power of what that iPhone gives you these days, or the power of that Android device, what it gives you these days, is very similar to what a desktop computer had maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and that desktop computer costs thousands of dollars. Even today, if you want the latest and greatest laptop, you're going to be spending $2,000 to upwards of possibly even $3,000, where if you use a smartphone, it's much less expensive, and you still get access to the internet. You get access to all that great data in your pocket. So if we look at what's going on as far as trends go, number of users that are using desktops versus the number of users that are using mobile devices. So from 2007, lovely Apple came out with the iPhone, changed the game. In 2008, 2009, 2010, we see this trend climbing steadily upward of mobile internet users. And, if you're signing up for new service with your mobile device, you're not paying $800 for that iPhone. That iPhone's only costing you $200 maybe. So for a relatively small cost, people are being empowered with the ability to interact with the internet in their pockets, in the palm of their hands. So it's really breaking down a few doors and definitely breaking down the office barrier for real estate professionals. It used to be much more imperative that you had a spot in your real estate office, a place where you can go till you could do work. But, laptop computers kind of started shifting that away, so it wasn't necessarily, you weren't necessarily confined to your office. And now with the mobile internet, how many times do you go into Starbucks and you see people, they're not on their laptops, they're just on their smartphones, accessing and interacting with data. And that's just going to continue to grow as time goes on, as the devices get more powerful, and as the data rate transfer speeds start growing and growing and growing. I know that about a year and a half ago, when the 4G LTE became more prominent, that changed the game for me. Working with a smartphone on 3G, I really couldn't access the internet as fast as I'd like to, so I was hesitant, and I was still very reliant on the wireless connections. I was still very reliant upon going into my office. But as the 4G LTE came out, the speed, so much faster. Actually, I can access data faster on my smartphone than I can at the DSL in my house. So think about that as that changes the game and how we perceive our business, how we perceive our customers are perceiving our business. Because at the end of the day, we empower real estate agents to be able to interact with their clients the way the clients want to be interacted with. And it's quite easy to see, as these trends continue, that more and more people are going to be using the mobile internet. So we have to adapt our technology to be able to comfortably interact with our consumers. So if we look at this next chart here, kind of shows what the U.S. market is as far as smartphone technology. And we have the biggest players here. iOS is Apple and Android, and they've pretty much locked up 94, 95% of the market when it comes to smartphone sales. And there's other technology providers out there like BlackBerry and RIM, and then Windows, slowly but surely catching on. I know Windows 8 has been kind of deemed a failure here because it hasn't garnered the acceptance and hasn't been able to really take any market share away from Apple and Android. But if you look here at this chart and you compare, 3 months ending in February 2012 and 3 months ending February 2013, one thing you can see is there's a slight shift. Apple lost a little bit of market share to Android. BlackBerry lost whatever little market share they had, kind of came down. Windows gained a little popularity. So what this tells me is as things progress, things are always going to be evolving. Things are always going to be changing. So as technology providers, we definitely have been addressing the needs with mobile applications. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out our new Agent View app. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the presentation. Or if you're a PropertyMinder subscriber, maybe you've seen some of the new developments that we've had with mobile applications for the Apple devices and mobile applications for Android devices that we've developed. But when you're developing applications for individual phones or individual systems, you have to develop a new system for every platform that there is. So we had to develop a tool for the Apple iPhone. We had to develop a separate tool for the Android device. We had to develop a separate tool for BlackBerry, which we haven't done. We haven't done a BlackBerry device. We don't have a Windows device because the market share there is pretty small. But nevertheless, people are out there. People are using these devices. So how do we address those people? And as time goes on and technologies change and market share shifts from Apple to Android to BlackBerry, maybe Windows, I can't believe that Windows will stay down for so long. Windows 8 must have been a failure, but Microsoft just has way too much power, way too much money to remain as such a small market share. I can't believe that they'll be this way forever. So I'm assuming down the road they're going to do some things, they're going to take measures, and they're going to gain more market share. So how do we keep addressing these everlasting changes? between all these different systems. And what we've come up with here at PropertyMinder is called mobile-friendly websites. So basically, a mobile-friendly website, it doesn't matter what system people are using, whether they're using an Android device or an Apple device or a BlackBerry device or a tablet or a smartphone. With the new technology that we're rolling out in our latest website designs, we're using a technology called HTML5. And what that does is it doesn't matter what operating system that you're working on. All that matters is the size of the screen that's being displayed. So with HTML5, it recognizes whether you're accessing a website from a smartphone or maybe a mini tablet or a tablet, or if you're accessing a website from a computer. So it's flexible and scalable. The number one issue with the mobile devices is how do we make it so that information is readily accessible, readily available, it's not confusing, because even before the HTML5 websites, if you had an iPhone or if you had an Android device or any other device with an internet browser, you can still access your PropertyMinder website. But because it's not optimized for that display, maybe you have to scroll up, scroll down, scroll left, scroll right to find out the information that you're looking for. Maybe you have to do a little pinching motion to contract it, or maybe you want to zoom in, so you do that, put your fingers together and separate them out. That can get a little bit too confusing. That can get a little bit too cumbersome, especially with practical applications. When you're out in the field and you're out and you need access to information and you're sitting there with clients and clients are asking you a question about a property and you're sitting there messing with your phone and expanding and contracting and trying to find that information while they're staring at the top of your head, it could get a little bit uncomfortable. So the key is to be able to have technology so you can access the information quickly, efficiently, without having to guess about, do I have to go left, do I have to go right, do I have to go up, do I have to go down, so forth and so on. So with the HTML5, what that does is it automatically sizes whatever it is that you're looking at to ideally fit on the screen that's being displayed. And it limits the scrolling from, instead of, okay, do I have to go left, right, up, down, to only one direction. So only up and down. So removing left and right scrolling. And it kind of minimizes the content. It loads it up. Very similar to kind of how you read a book, right? You don't read a book where you're just opening the book and reading the whole thing at one shot. You go page by page, left to right. So same thing with the mobile optimized websites. With the HTML5, the information loads from top down. So you get the information, the most important information, most relevant information right away. And then as the things are populating, maybe as the high-res pictures or the multiple photographs are populating down at the bottom, you can at least start interacting with the information that's on the page. So you can see, okay, at least the front picture, and maybe get an idea of how many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, and basic information about the house. So, and it eliminates left and right scrolling. And then you have these buttons here at the bottom that kind of give you a quick jump to different parts of the page. So it's a one page, it's loading from top to bottom, but if you know that, okay, I need the school information, let me check the details, you click the details, you get right to the details. I want to see it on a map, you click the map, it gets you right to the map section. And then you can still scroll up and down to get through from section to section. And the beautiful thing about it is it works on all smartphones. It works on all tablet devices. So whether you have Apple or Android, BlackBerry, or even Windows Phone, you can still reap the benefits of the mobile optimized website, regardless of phone or regardless of tablet that you're using. It works in both landscape mode and portrait mode. So whether you turn your phone sideways or right side up, you still get an optimized screen. The user gets a very, very good experience. They get to see the photos, interact with the photos, interact with the details of the property quickly and efficiently. And also, the most important part, the mobile IDX search. Well, let's face it. People go online, people are looking for real estate related information. And when they're looking for real estate related information, as much as we'd like to think that they're looking about all the great personal information about who we are and our dogs and our kids, really most consumers are out there and they're looking for real estate information, they're looking for property listings. That's the number one reason consumers are out there looking at property, looking at real estate related data, property listings. That's what makes Zillow a successful website, because they have property listing information. That's what makes Trulia a successful website, because they have property listing information. If they didn't have property listing information, they wouldn't be as successful as they are today. Now, granted, as real estate, as an industry in general, we already kind of gave the listings away. We already opened up that Pandora's box. And I know that a lot of times that, in an environment, and I've seen it personally, even at like a real estate convention or the Rethink conference that I was a part of last week with NAR, whenever those two words are mentioned, Zillow, Trulia, there's a large grumble in the room. Because I know as real estate professionals, that's one of the things that we don't like to hear. I personally don't like to hear. When I have a new client call me up and say, hey, Mark, I saw this house on Trulia, or I saw this deal on Realtor.com, I always cringe, because I know I might have to spend the next 15 minutes finding information about a property that probably doesn't exist, or was already sold. They just didn't have time to update their sites. So, nevertheless, those sites are out there, and they're competing with us for that market share. They're competing with us for the mind share of our clients. Where do they go to get real estate related information? And here at PropertyMinder, our philosophy is to empower agents to be able to compete with that. But how do you compete, with companies that are dedicated to garnering internet traffic? That's all they do all day. They're not out showing property. They're not out meeting inspectors. They're not out doing all the things that we do as real estate professionals. Their sole purpose is to optimize their websites to get strangers to come to their site and hang around for a while and hopefully click on a few ads so they can make some money. Now, how do we beat those guys to the punch? And the way as real estate professionals we can do that is by being the provider of information to the people that we have influence over. So it's pretty ignorant for me to say that, okay, I'm going to take away all this traffic from Zillow from everybody in the world. Now, that's not going to happen. But at least I have some control over the people that listen to me, the people that are in my sphere of influence, my past clients, my friends, my relatives, people that will use me for the real estate services. I can influence those people by providing them listing data and listing information in a most comfortable and practical way, and by pushing that information to them so that, hey, they no longer have a need. They'll never have a reason to even think about having to visit a site like Zillow or Trulia. So it's very important as real estate professionals that we have our tools in place so that we can be effective and provide the data that people are looking for. So if people are using their mobile devices to interact with our websites, we have to have the ability for them to be able to properly and effectively look at property listing details on their mobile devices, and that's what the mobile IDX search comes in. People can go on their mobile device and they can run searches on your website, be able to see property detail information, they get a search tab, and to be able to interact with your featured and office listings as well. And then also an ability to interact with your mobile application. Now, those of you guys that are PropertyMinder clients, all these tools are already included in your premium website. So nothing else, there's nothing new to buy, just information to help you understand exactly all the tools that you have at your disposal. But one of the neat things about using mobile technology as opposed to the old school ways of interacting with data on a desktop is that we're now mobile. We're out and about, and we have these features on our mobile devices with GPS that can help narrow down where you are today. So if you're looking on your mobile device and you're looking for property listings and the system identifies you as, okay, I'm on a mobile device, would you allow us to use the GPS in your mobile device to help service your real estate listing needs? If people click OK on this tab, what happens is when they're searching for properties, not only can they search by specifying an area and putting in their search options, automatically they get a new tab that pops up that says Search Nearby. And what that does is it shows you homes or property listings that are near your device. So let's say you're out meeting clients at Starbucks, and you're meeting with new clients, and maybe they're new to the area and they're hanging out at Starbucks and they're saying, oh man, this is a pretty cool neighborhood. I wouldn't mind being too far from here. Then you can quickly and easily pull out your smartphone and say, okay, well, let's see what's for sale nearby. And with one click of a button, you get all the details, you get all the listings that are in your immediate area. You can see them on a list, or you can see them on a map. And I think it's pretty powerful because you don't have to worry about, okay, let's open up my phone or let's pull out my laptop, let's access the MLS, let's click 15 times to get to the right page so we can run a search and then get the information we're looking for. Meantime, your client's twiddling his thumbs thinking about, this coffee macchiato while you're loading up the information that you're looking for. You don't need all that stress. All you have to do, if you have a PropertyMinder tools, is you open up your search, you click what's for sale nearby. It's a one click, and you get access to the data of property that's in your immediate area. You get it as a list, or you can see it on a map. And it's all about being efficient and effective. So it's all about how fast can we get you the data that you're looking for? How efficient can we make you? And that's what the GPS home search is all about. And same with your clients. If you're empowering them, they're looking on your website, they're looking on their mobile device, maybe they're at work. Maybe it took them an hour to get to work and they're sick of commuting. Well, let's see what's for sale near my work. They open up your PropertyMinder, the tool, the app they get on your PropertyMinder website. They click what's for sale nearby. Boom, quick, easy, and convenient access to the most important data that people are most interested in looking at, which is the property listings. Now they get all the listing details in a also mobile optimized way. They can see multiple pictures. They get map information when they click on property details. So from this page here, if you're looking at it on a map, this is a lovely GPS position of PropertyMinder headquarters here in San Jose. If I wanted to click on this little thumbnail, I get a quick data about the property, and then if I click on the property details again, or if I click on the property or the photograph, I get the mobile optimized property details page. So that allows the user to add the property to their favorites. They see all the multiple photographs. They can see a detailed map or a map of exactly where that property is located. And it doesn't matter if they're looking at it in the portrait view, or if they turn their phone to the side, look at it in landscape view. Either way, they get a very comfortable experience because whatever is being displayed is automatically optimized for whatever device they are interacting with. And you still have all the wonderful features, all the lead capture forms that you would have on your regular website. The only difference is now it's optimized to be able to be interacted with a mobile device. So just to reiterate here, the mobile device, the mobile optimized sites, they're mobile friendly. They include GPS for quick and active response, also IDX, so people can go to your website from their mobile device, doesn't matter what device they're on, and still be able to have a rich user experience. Now, if they are using an Android or if they're using a Apple device, we also empower you with your own PropertyMinder branded applications. So those users that are not on BlackBerry yet, but they're using the Apple device, our system will offer them to download a native application for the Apple iPhone or the Android, whatever device that they're interacting with. And that's all included, by the way, in your regular PropertyMinder subscription. The mobile websites will be also available for all PropertyMinder subscribers with a premium package or the Office Enterprise solution. If for some reason you don't have a premium package, well, you might want to give us a call to see about upgrading so you can take advantage of the mobile-friendly websites. So you want to be mobile-ready. You want to be able to interact with your clients the way your clients would like to be interacted with. And here at PropertyMinder, we have several solutions for that. Number one, what we talked about today is our mobile-friendly websites. We also have our agent-branded mobile applications. Also, this tool is included with your PropertyMinder subscription. A new tool that we're very excited to be rolling out here is called the Agent View mobile app. The Agent View mobile app is going to be a freebie for all real estate professionals. Basically, Agent View provides MLS access from your smartphone optimized for real estate agents. So and it's only for real estate agents. The Agent View app is not something that you can share with your client base. That's what the agent branded mobile app is for. That's the one you share with your users. The Agent View app is only for real estate professionals. And we also offer white label apps. And what a white label app is, it's more ideal, I guess, for agents that maybe are part of a large team or maybe brokerages. And those are companies or agents that want to have their own dedicated branded application in the Apple iStore or in the Google Play Store. So all the branding is tied in to you. So instead of going to the Android store, the PropertyMinder store, or downloading the PropertyMinder app from a website, you can direct people to go, hey, just go to the Apple store, type in my name, and download my app. So this is one of our first white label apps is Hastings Real Estate Group. If you just type in Hastings Real Estate Group in your Apple iStore, you get their own personally branded white label application. If you have a need, if you'd like to find out more about that, you can definitely contact PropertyMinder. We'll be able to guide you through white label applications and the costs on that. Actually, I'm really excited about this application because A, it's free. So anybody, all your peers in your office, you can all leverage Agent View. And B, it gives you access to the information that agents need very quickly and efficiently. So for example, if you're out showing properties and you see a for sale sign and you need to get information about that property, well, you can call the number on the sign. Hopefully the listing agent picks up. But if they don't, you're kind of stuck in a quandary. With Agent View, you fire up your Agent View app. The first thing that comes up when you open up Agent View is property details of the house that's for sale that you're standing next to, and it comes up right away. And because this is for real estate agents only, it gives you all the showing instructions. It gives you the occupant data, if it's vacant, if it's vacant, if it's occupied and there's a phone number to call for an owner, you're provided with that information. Also quick links to communicate with the listing agent. Let's say, for example, you ran out of business cards, you don't have a business card to drop off at the listing when you're showing it, you can fire up your Agent View app, you click a button and say, hey, I showed your listing, I forgot my business card. So a very quick and a very efficient tool that all agents can benefit from, and the beautiful thing about it is complimentary. So there's no excuse not to use it. That's Agent View. So once again, just to remind everyone, because sometimes we come out with new systems, we come out with new products and tools, and fire up your PropertyMinder website, you're like, oh man, there's something new. The fact that we provide a complete marketing system, so you have your real estate websites, real estate marketing tools, now they're mobile optimized, the MLS home search, client relationship management, all these things all in one place. I know you can go out and you can get IDX access from one provider and you can get your CRM from another provider, and then you're trying to juggle, okay, where's information coming from one system to another system? If you're subscribed with a PropertyMinder, you don't have to worry about any of that. Everything is in one place, one centralized system, all linked to one centralized CRM, so the leads you get from your Facebook page automatically come up in your client relationship management toolkit. Leads that you get from your IDX search automatically go into one place where you can administer them and be more efficient, more effective, and communicate with people. And the real power is the automation, how the system automatically will communicate with your database and provide them with the information that they're starving for, information that they want to get from the real estate agent, namely listing details, listing data. If they're homeowners, you got to set them up on searches so you can let them know about market activity in their neighborhood so they can feel secure about the value of their homes. All these tools are all here for you in your PropertyMinder system. And again, if you're not a PropertyMinder subscriber and you're on this call, you are entitled to a free trial. We'll be more than happy to open the door, build you the car, open the door, give you the keys, let you drive it around for 30 days with no obligation, no worries. See if you like it. See if it will have a positive effect in your business before you pay us a single penny. And also, if you are a happy PropertyMinder subscriber and you see some agents in your office that may need our help, and if they don't have our help, they probably do need our help, if you refer them to us, we'd be more than happy to credit you with a free month of service. And if you're on a premium package, that saves you $100. So if you're in an office, you got maybe a large office, you may be able to get your PropertyMinder website solutions comp for the entire year. All you have to do is refer us 12 people and get 12 free months of service. pretty easy, and your friends will thank you for it because they'll be empowered with the best tools to be able to communicate effectively with their clients, so forth and so on. There's so much to talk about. I don't know, you guys don't have that kind of time. I do want to say thank you all very much for being with us here today. Thank you all for being loyal PropertyMinder clients, those of you that are, and hopefully those of you that aren't will give us a shot. If you guys have any questions or concerns, again, the chat box, hopefully Glenn was doing a good job of manning the chat boxes and letting people know and answering any questions or concerns. You can also contact me, Mark at PropertyMinder.com, if you have any other questions or concerns. I'll be happy to address those, or you can even Google me and find me in my real estate business and interact. I'm always happy to talk to other agents and share with them what I do, and hopefully everyone will benefit. So thanks all for sharing a half hour here with me on a Tuesday morning. Hopefully you found it beneficial. Hopefully you're able to get at least one or two ahas that make this worth your time. So thank you all very much again, and we look forward to seeing you on more Property Minder.
Agents, you're out showing property to those clients, the ones that need to see every listing in an area before making a decision. Finally, you show them a place that the wife loves and that the husband can live with, and they tell you they're ready to make an offer. Now, on your way back to the office, you pass a new for sale sign, and you hear the wife shout, "Honey, what about that one?" So you stop the car, call the number on the sign, nobody picks up. All you can do is begin looking through the windows and over fences to see if the property is vacant. There's no need for all this stress. Instead, use your smartphone and fire up your Agent View app. Agent View shows listing details for the property closest to you first, so you find info about the home within seconds. Photos, price, showing instructions, everything you need to serve your client right here, right now. Take a look at the photos first. Perhaps you'll see a galley kitchen and your clients wanted an open kitchen. Or perhaps it's a fixer-upper and your clients wanted a turnkey property. Now, if the pictures fit their needs, use Agent View to get the showing instructions and the occupant data. You can call the owner and notify them of your intent to show the house. You can also call, text, or email the listing agent directly from Agent View. Agent View is the tool that makes sure you are efficient and effective. Now get back to your office and write that offer. Go to PropertyMinder.com today to begin using Agent View to optimize your real estate business.